good news, Kyrie was great again. 40 points, shot 50% from three. The bad, Ben Simmons did not play well again and left the game with knee soreness. His very own head coach, Nets head coach Jack Vaughns, said this about Ben Simmons.
The goal is, in my eyes, I'll say this, is for everyone to play every game and to do what's necessary to be prepared to play every game. There's a certain amount of minutes that each individual played in Philly. Some played equally tonight. So the preparation that it takes going into that, you just have to give credit to the guys who were prepared to play, ready to play, did what was necessary to get their bodies ready to play.
All right, let's get the big guy in here. Big Kendrick Perkins joins me from LA right now. Perk, when I hear a coach talk about that, he's not talking about the results, he's talking about the process, the level of preparation and effort you put into preparing. That's the buzzwords. Those are the buzzwords for me there.
Yeah.
What do you hear when you hear a coach say that?
Well, I hear a very frustrated coach, and rightfully so. I mean, listen, the Brooklyn Nets have been patient with Ben Simmons long enough. Now it's time for him to deliver. And with KD being out, Kyrie Irving needs help. Like, we challenged Kyrie Irving to rise to the occasion, but again, he is doing everything and more. Ben Simmons is the only other all-star on the team. So Jack Vaughns has a right to be frustrated. And what Jack Vaughns was saying right there is basically, be a professional. Take care of yourself. If you know that you're going into a back-to-back situation, it's not about getting your rest the night of. It's about getting your rest 2 days prior before you even go into the back-to-back. It's about doing the necessary steps that you need for us, getting ice, getting treatment, getting stim unit, seeing the physical therapist, getting massages, things to that nature outside the lines. And so right now what he's saying is he's holding Ben Simmons accountable. Again, Max, they have been patient with him long enough. Patient.
Listen, there are some guys, Perk, I want to talk about Kyrie for a second and KD. There's some guys, when you put your eyes on them, you might intellectually know there's a better player than that, but emotionally, when you're watching them, you can't believe that that's true, right? Like, I know Embiid plays defense and he's 7 feet tall, but when I have watched Kyrie Irving over the last month or so, it's hard for my brain to wrap around the idea that someone's better at basketball than him. And when KD is healthy, somehow he is better than that. So with the development of Nick Claxton, or at least the comeback to a certain level for Nick Claxton, I could see, everything has to fall right, but I could see this team making a real run in the playoffs. Can you?
Well, can you describe, are you insinuating that you have the Brooklyn Nets pick to win the title? That's what you're saying?
No, because too many things have to break right, but you can't count them out. And I am saying that Kyrie recently has raised his game to the point where you have to ask where he ranks in the hierarchy, and it's close to the top at this moment to me.
So Max, let me say this to you. The Brooklyn Nets have plans on being somewhat aggressive at the trade deadline, meaning that they're not too fond or they're not too happy with the personnel that they have right now either. So I'm going to take you back into last season for a second. What did the Boston Celtics do to Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant last year in the postseason? They pulled the brooms out. They swept them. Okay, so I understand. It was a what now?
A little bit different. Kyrie was not playing on this level, and the thing about KD when he was healthy this year, Perk, is if you squint, it kind of looked like KD last year because he would accept tough defensive assignments, but he wasn't really good defensively. This year, when he's been healthy, it's been back to pre-injury KD on both sides of the floor. And Kyrie playing winning basketball recently while doing all those eye-popping things is just different to me.
I understand that, Max. And listen, would I be surprised if the Nets make it to the conference finals? No, I wouldn't be surprised. But that's not the Nets' goal. That's not why Kevin Durant left the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry. That's not why him and Kyrie Irving wanted to team up. They wanted to team up because they wanted to win a championship together. So is the conference finals their ceiling or their goal? You might be right. They can do that with this team that they have and the way that they're playing basketball. But their goal is to win a championship together. Nothing more, nothing less.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.